So Leo actually asked me to speak in the team huddle before now instead of Yedlin, which is obviously a huge honor. He came up to me in English, said this again in English. He was like, you speak to the team. I was like, yes, okay. Then obviously you're like, oh, what are you going to say to these guys, right? And the game against Nashville, the second leg, I said something in Spanish. In Spanish, I said, let's win the first 5 minutes and then we're going to win the game. We scored after 7 minutes, so I was like, oh, I felt pretty good about my pregame speech. It's a cool moment when he comes up to you and you know, he asks you to say something to the team and to kind of have the trust from him and me is something that is a great feeling. To then pay it back with a little bit of Spanish, he thought it was he thought it was funny and he laughed a little bit.
We now have a situation where Lionel Messi is telling you in English to give a pregame speech, which you are then delivering in Spanish. We've completely reversed the space-time continuum at that point.
Lionel Messi, the maestro of football, once again proved his influence goes beyond scoring goals. Julian Gressel, in a revelation that could double as a plot twist in a sports movie, shared how Messi triggered his dormant leadership instincts, leaving even the legend himself chuckling at the result. Before a pivotal clash against Nashville, Messi handed Gressel the figurative captain's armband, entrusting him with the task of firing up the team. This unexpected honor was both a dream come true and a nerve-wracking moment for Gressel. On his podcast Player Manager with sports broadcaster Zealand Shannon, Gressel recounted Messi's simple yet profound request. Leo came up to me and said in English, "You speak to the team." I was like, yes, okay, sounds good. With the weight of Messi's faith on his shoulders, Gressel devised a cunning plan to blend Messi's native tongue into his pep talk. Opting for Spanish, he urged his teammates, let's win the first 5 minutes and then we're going to win the game. As fate would have it, Inter Miami scored after 7 minutes, slightly missing the mark, but still hitting the bullseye in terms of motivational impact. Gressel joked, "Not quite 5 minutes, but I felt pretty good about my pre-game speech." This encounter with Messi not only bolstered Gressel's confidence, but also showcased Messi's subtle yet profound leadership. Gressel reflected, "It's a cool moment when he comes up to you and asks you to say something to the team. To have the trust from him and me is something that obviously is a great feeling and something that shows me, okay, I've done the right things over the last few months to earn his trust." However, Messi's kindness was met with cruel irony as he limped off the field early in the match due to a hamstring injury, sidelining him from Miami's upcoming game and Argentina's international friendlies against El Salvador and Costa Rica. Despite these setbacks, both Inter Miami and Argentina are resolute in their campaigns, with Miami gearing up to face the New York Red Bulls and New York City, and Argentina poised for international challenges. The show must go on, even without Messi's magical presence on the pitch.
Said this again in English. He was like, you speak to the team. I was like, yes, okay.